Hey everybody, Mac to Monster, back with Marvel Heroes. Got Psylocke to 60, so she's back on the chopping block with build. And if you've looked at the name, it's kind of a little play on words there. Lady Deathlocke, Lady Deathstrike. It's just kind of the way that she plays. It reminds me of Lady Deathstrike, so that was the play of the words. So I had a real fun with her. Got a little sidetracked, so it took a little longer. Oh well, what can you do? Yeah, that's the fun of being a father. But jumped right back on, got addicted, got a little lost in a little X defense. Tried the event. It didn't really pay out. It took forever to level in the event. Didn't get any kind of good gear. And around 50, jumped out, did the legendaries, and it was like 20 minutes I think it took from 50 to 60 compared to I think it took 2 hours to go from 40 to 50. It was terrible, if not longer. It was forever. So let's go over the build. So we already went over the premise of psi energy, psionic constructs. You got all that ideas and all that stuff going on. This build completely ignores all of that, and I love it because if I can ignore something and I don't have to pay attention to it, it's great. Who wants to pay attention to an extra mechanic as well as the spirit? It just doesn't work for me. I was doing a couple builds in the test center where just focused on the psi energy, and that was fine because then you could ignore spirit and you just kind of played with the psi energy. Except it burned out so fast, you kind of wasted a lot of time holding the button down and nothing happening. And you'd be like, oh, okay, I got to build it back up again because it's on a weird bar. Which is probably why Wolverine's Fury is on the spirit side now. Maybe that was smarter than originally thought. So this build is going to be a little bit different than the norm. It's going to go back to a little bit of an older play style, and it's going to be very defensive. It's melee. We're going to be doing cosmics. It's melee, and it's a lot of melee. So we got to be doing cosmics smart. So the 20-point skills are going to be ninjutsu strike. Why ninjutsu strike? Because if you do use a stealth ability with that 50% base damage increase, it basically turns out to be almost as good as Psystrike. And I say almost as good, it's 75% as good. Whereas Psy Knife would be 50% as good, and Ninjutsu Strike's a little bit higher without the bonus. With it, it goes from 20k DPS to 30k DPS. And basically that's naked, no gear, no nothing, 20 points into the skill. It's a huge jump. And then we're going to put 20 points into this beautiful skill right here, Falling Lotus Strike. And this is going to be the bread and butter skill, really. This along with one other. But this is going to be a major momentum skill. As you can see, it hits like a truck, 31,000 to 46,000 damage. And this is going to be with highly defensive gear. And 9,000 twice a second for 6 seconds. For 11 spirit, it's a beautiful, beautiful skill. And what it doesn't tell you is it's a movement skill. It really should be movement tagged, but it's not. It will get you clear across the screen if you want it to. And it will do damage when you land. And it will do AoE damage. It should be AoE tagged as well, but it's not. We're going to put 20 points in Deadly Assassin. Why? Well, the 8% block chance is there no matter what, 1 point or not. But 630 crit with 1500 crit damage ain't bad to have. However, 2500 defense for 8 seconds when you hit with a melee power is awesome, so we're going to want that because we're going to be in melee. 20 points into psionic projection. I debated one-pointing this instead of one-pointing ethereal butterflies because it's a beautiful skill. However, for the build, the damage output compared to the survivability is nil. You can get double the damage out of the butterflies by pointing it out. However, for 1 point, you get a pretty good damage ratio out of it. And at 1 point with the projections, the cosmic bosses kind of rip it up. However, with 20 points and 1 artifact, the cosmic bosses don't rip them up so easily. Actually, they survive well through their duration. So that's pretty nice. Another 20-point skill is going to be Psionic Assault. This is going to be extra DPS, but as you can see, it also snares, slows, and weakens the enemy for a pretty good amount of time for, again, a mere, I think it's 12 spirit or 13 spirit. I got spirit cost reduction on, I believe. That's nothing, and that's a long period of time. That's awesome. And our final 20-point skill is going to be this awesome Psionic Resilience skill. They're a little bugged, and I'll get to the bug in a minute. Beyond letting it see enemies on the screen, it gives you a pretty good defense rating, 1500 defense, plus double that for mental defense. A huge chunk of dodge, 3300 dodge, almost 34. And then it says your allies, you regenerate 271 health per second for 3 seconds when you hit with a mental power. Divide that by 3, and that's really what happens, I believe. It doesn't really look like it does exactly what it says. So it could be bugged, it could be intended to do this, something's going on, it's just not working as intended at the moment. Or it's not stating what it's supposed to be stating. Not sure. But that's the build. It's clear, simple. Oh, and one point skill, the ethereal butterflies. And that's what I mean. It's clear, simple. If you get all your extra skill points out of going through the missions, you can actually get this up pretty good damage ratio. And I have this on the bar, Shadow Dash, just to move around midtowns and stuff. It's not really needed, but you can have it. It's easier to get around than Falling Lotus Strike, just to blitz across screens. Well, unfortunately, she does not have a movement skill. And I got a character token of her, so this ability here, Psionic Maelstrom, is just devastating. It's awesome. So you're basically going to be making little projections. I have that set up actually as my get out of jail free card. However, Falling Lotus Strike is also a movement. As you can see, it moves me clear across the screen. That big circle on there, let me drop the skill set, is where I can move myself with it. Oops, wrong button. I'm just using her for the buff. She'll go away. So this is Falling Lotus Strike. And you just do that, and that puts the dot on, and the butterflies fly out. And then the Psionic Projection puts you into stealth mode. And we point that out too because it gives us a very long duration stealth. Actually, the stealth goes past its cooldown, so you can actually perma-stealth with Psylocke if you do this as well. It's very nice to be able to move through terminals if you just want to get somewhere. You can perma-stealth with this. And then Ninjutsu Strike's just a basic attack. Gearing, I am adequately geared. I didn't put blessings on, I didn't go all out, but I knew I was going to like her, so I got Excalibur on, and obviously that's already started. So that's pretty decently worked towards. It's about halfway through. Even though it says it's 3.5 bubbles, that's really maybe halfway. probably not even. For the Uru, because I don't have her slot 5 unique, if I did, I probably could go with an offensive Uru, but I'm going to go with defensive Uru because I only have a Cosmic, and the Cosmic is offensive as it is. The slot 5 unique is defensive and offensive, so that would allow you to have your choice of Uru that way. However, River of the Soul basically lets you Falling Lotus Strike and spam Psionic Assault and spam Psionic Projection when it's on cooldown to no end. You know, it's really not a problem. An Advanced Wondergore Clay really helps the duration because it only lasts 6 seconds. With 30% extra, it's basically getting it to about 8 seconds, 8.5 seconds, almost 9. But it's really 8 seconds, so it lasts a little longer. You'll be able to have 2 of them out if you time it right at the same time. These taunt, they don't taunt well, but they taunt good enough to really distract the boss. I always go with the Advanced Super Soldier Serum. We are using a basic attack a lot, and this does have attack speed on it, as well as health, health regen, spirit, spirit regen, defense. It's just an all-around. I got a Juggernaut's medallion because her durability is really low. As you can see with the Juggernaut's medallion, it's a 3. I'm getting +1 with this. I felt like beefing it up and having some hit points. If I go melee, I like to have hit points. I don't like to play around. That's just my preference. I got the Advanced Kung Fu Training Sequence, hit points, defense, and damage rating, and dodge. It's a no-brainer there. And then these are new. Danger's AI chip. Danger is a robot in the Danger Room. Kind of went berserk, and the X-Men fought it. But there's different ones. There's physical one. This is physical, seeing how I do a lot of physical damage. Main damage sources are Ninjutsu Strike and Falling Lotus Strike, which are physical. So this is when you deal damage, gain 60 physical damage rating for 5 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So basically that's 300 damage rating, physical damage rating. If my health drops below 30%, gain 75 health regeneration per second for 5 seconds. No cooldown listed on that, so that's a pretty nice little feature, especially if you build the way I do. If you look, I got 20,000 hit points. 30% is 6,000 hit points. You know, if you don't build, if you're building 10K or so, this is not going to be so beneficial for you. The hits that you would take that would drop you pretty far, this isn't going to save you. However, if you build high hit point kind of characters, this will be very, very handy. When you take physical damage, gain 1,000 physical defense for 5 seconds, so that's pretty nice. And when you take area damage, gain 2% area damage reduction for 5 seconds, and plus another 105 damage rating on physical attacks. So really it's 400 damage rating for physical attacks, plus some health regen. It's almost like a new Super Soldier Serum, in a way. It's just kind of reworked with an Advanced Kung Fu Training. I think they're trying to get melees working. I've seen energy and I've seen mental. So it's very interesting. And I don't know if you can wear the different types together. That'd be an interesting thing too. Get a lot of extra health regeneration when you're low. Lemuria, obviously. I got her slot 1, 3, and 4. And then I found this Any Hero amulet of Right, which seems perfect for her because it's mental and physical damage. I had to put it on her. It seems perfect. +1 strength, spirit, movement speed, and +1 all powers. But her unique is pretty nice here. This is plus the melee power, crit, attack speed, big chance to cause a bleed, plus the deadly assassin, which is nice, and then +5 to all Psylocke's ninja assassin powers. That's awesome. I mean, this is awesome. It's got health, It's got minus cost to spirit powers, 7% chance to deflect projectiles, 5% chance when you crit with a ranged power to gain mental damage rating for 5 seconds, 6% chance when you crit with a melee power to gain physical damage rating, health regeneration, +1 to current rank of telekinetic prowess, +4 to all Psylocke's telepathy powers. I mean, this is awesome. Then this one goes with the fighting skills, +2% damage to bosses, hit points, 1500. When you stealth, gain 450 damage rating with movement powers for 5 seconds. After using movement power, gain 309 melee damage for 5 seconds. Probably why this isn't tagged movement, but it really should be. +1 to all powers, +3 to assassinate, +4 to deadly assassin. So it's pretty awesome. And then, obviously, I got all hit points in the core. Although this is an old core. Let's go upgrade that right away. I'm almost falling asleep. I got tons of cores, too. Let's see if it works. Oh, it did. Nice. Let's see if it works right. Oh, it did again. Crafters and everything has been real buggy. Buggy. I think I got a good one. Yeah. That's good for me. Better? Hold on. Nope, that one won't work. Do a level 60. Oh, that's even better. 21,000 hit points. And so, I'm sure you want to see it in the Cosmic, and that's where it counts. Let's go there. The talk is off. I just kind of floor the melee attack button and start jumping around. As you can see, I got Magic's passives on also. Yeah, I went through the wall. And you can see I'm spinning around like Lady Deathstrike, so that's why I call it Lady Deathlocke. Now, what's interesting is with the mental resilience, the dot from Psionic Assault will keep the health regen going. It counts as being hit. So, or Psionic Resilience, sorry. So where it says your allies regenerate when you hit, it's actually when it's ticking. I don't know if that's going to get changed at all, but it's good for us right now. So if you see the health stop ticking, you know your dot's off as well. As you can see, I'm not really using the butterfly as I should be, but no real need. I don't know why I picked that up, just kind of did it on its own. It was one of those stupid sentinels. What's great is we're making the little dummies that they're targeting, and that's increasing our ninjutsu damage. I am left-clicking on targets, but most of the damage is actually going to be falling Lotus until we get to a heavy hit point like the yellows and everything. I'm actually melee striking in between an attack. And then obviously you take a big chunk of damage when you first hit a big pack. There's nothing you can do about that. That's why we have the big hit point pool. That's why you have the big defense. You can try stealthing into it. They might go for the dummy if we do it close enough and we can time it right with the range so that they don't see us but see the dummy and open up on the dummy. I haven't been able to find that perfect range yet, though, I can tell you that much. Yep, I went the wrong way. Was having so much fun killing. It is chewing up some medkits though, so have them on the hand. Oh, my bounty's over. That was fast. Like I said, I just keep having too much fun. Oh, let me through. But also, like I said, you can perma-stealth, so you can just go in. Let's get away from the circle, obviously. It was a pretty easy Doctor Octopus fight. And most of the fights are that way. Curse gets a little challenge because you want to time when you want to be around him. You know, he's always a pain. You just don't want to take that big shot. So you're basically timing when you're jumping around them. You can jump all over the place. And it's pretty awesome because every time you do it, it's 47,000 damage. And you're putting a dot on them. And then see, you can jump around, you can jump out of what you're getting hit by, you can jump through what you're getting hit by. And I do believe while in the air, and until they change it, you don't take damage from like those circles and everything. So it's a little broken that way as well. If you pack the hit points, you can sustain the damage, obviously, as you can see. I mean, at points I was down to like 4,000, but I stayed in there because I wanted to and because I could. It was pretty easy. But that's it. So, Lady Deathloque, or, Psylocke. And that's it. So, hope it helps. Hope you guys enjoyed, and talk to everybody later.